Hey guys, this is Danny Boy. So this is the second episode of my live fire series. I actually had, fortunately, the first 10 episodes done. I actually had already uploaded the Avenger, and some people probably watched it, but just a few. I wound up deleting it because, as one commenter pointed out, I forgot to mention a couple of things, and they were important, and I should have talked about them, and I just didn't think about it. For one thing, I'm playing on Insanity. All of this is going to be done in Insanity, so these health bars, the AI, all of that is scaled for Insanity. I'm using that as my baseline because, I don't know, you're putting the weapons in the worst possible situation, i.e. enemies with most health, best AI to evade fire and whatever, and I only play on Insanity. That's just, if you've seen my playthroughs, I only play on Insanity, so that's what I'm used to. So it's going to be on Insanity, and I will now mention that in every video. Hopefully, I should remember. Beyond that, I forgot to talk about mods. And as I said, I won't be using any mods in these videos because I want them to just be the base weapons. And that's basically it. But I should talk about mods to an extent. So, as far as the Avenger goes, and I don't actually have the dampers yet. I never actually found or bought dampers in the entirety of my Engineer Insanity playthrough. That's kind of funny. But anyway, for this weapon, I would probably recommend damage. I definitely would use damage for one of the mods. If anything, the Avenger is just kind of on the low end. Assault rifles in general are on the low end of damage in this game per shot, which makes sense. They are rapid-fire weapons. They're going to do good damage over time, but poor damage per shot. So I would use definitely a damage mod, and I would also probably use a scope with this weapon. It really doesn't have significant recoil that I would feel the need to use a stability damper. I mean, if you have a lot of trouble handling the recoil and the kick, go for it. But myself, I prefer to use this weapon at longer ranges and would prefer going with the scope. I have tested out the piercing mods, and the piercing mods really only seem to be worthwhile, at least on Insanity, if you really like going through and shooting through cover. If you like shooting through cover, go for it. I personally feel that that's more of a gimmick than anything. But if you love shooting through cover, go for it. As far as the ignores defenses, it has its uses, but personally, I would rather just go with a damage mod. Increased rounds per magazine. This thing, I believe, has 30 rounds per magazine. Generally speaking, that does the job, and it reloads extremely quickly. I don't really feel that that's necessary. So again, I would go with damage and a scope, but your mileage may vary. Let us actually use it. Oh, and let us randomly shoot. I need to configure my keyboard. Alright. So again, this is Insanity. Alright, so let's try out some live combat. You know, I mentioned in my target practice series that I really wouldn't recommend using this weapon after finding the Faceton, after finding the Geth Pulse Rifle, and I still do stand by that to an extent. But, you know, it is a great all-around weapon. It reloads quickly, it does solid damage. I mean, I use this weapon as my primary on my Engineer at the end of my Insanity playthrough on the final mission. And I do not play a powers build on my Engineer. It might seem that way from these videos, but if you actually watch the playthrough, I'm quite shooty. That's saying something. Always annoying dealing with these guys. So yeah, I'm trying to get shots through the mail slot, but I've now given up because this weapon does not have that much ammo right now, from what I can see. I'd like to get some shots on the Centurion if I can. Come here, you. So as you can see, I mean, it doesn't do great damage, especially, you know, unmodded, level 1. No ammo power, but then again, it doesn't weigh very much for an assault rifle. And it's just, I mean, it's effective at any range, for the most part. I hate the stupid, I don't know if that's a bug, where they just randomly have armor in front of them, or what, but it's really annoying. Ooh, that's closer than I expected. This is getting a little annoying, no? Just want to clear a few of them out so I can hopefully get to the Centurion at the end. But that's proving difficult. And I don't think that's going to happen. Unfortunately. Boom. Somebody would just drop some ammo. I think I might see some. Unless that's a grenade. Yeah. Well, maybe I can... There we go. Some shots on the Centurion. So as you can see, it actually does fairly decent damage against shields. I mean, 17 shots took down about half his shields. That's not bad at all. So guys, this was the Avenger. I mean, it's a good all-around weapon. You know, if you want more specific detail and accuracy and comparisons and whatever, check out my target practice series. But that's basically it. So thanks guys for watching. Stay tuned for more, and have a